Yo, yo, yo! What it do? What it do? This your boy AJ. Other D thought, hey man, say man, I'm back at it again. So now, y'all already know what it is, so I ain't finna waste no time. Let's get it. So, today, I want to talk about the whole Stephen A. Smith and LeBron James situation, the quote unquote beef, if you will. Now, we all know that Stephen A. Smith, y'all know, well known journalist, first take, all that good stuff. He has been critical of LeBron and he has been critical of his son ever since his son made it to the league. Now, for y'all, for the people that still don't know, LeBron's son, Bronny, he got drafted last year, second round. Bron has always made it his dream to play with his son while he was still in the league, as a father. So ever since Bronny made it to the league, he hasn't really been looking so hype. He hasn't really been looking so hot, you feel me? To the point where they put him in the G League, And Stephen A. and so many others have said things about Bron and Bronny. Bron took it upon himself to confront Stephen A. at a Lakers game where Stephen A. just happened to be there courtside. I think, if I can remember, I think it was a timeout or something before the game started. Bron walked right over there in front of Stephen A. and confronted him. We finna check out the video real quick. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Lake Show highlights for the actual Bron and Stephen A. video. Everything that I do is under that of the fair use as always. So, we finna go and check this video out of Bron confronting Stephen A. in real time. And it was just a quick second clip. It didn't really show. If you can read his lips, he was basically saying keep his son out keep his son out this. You know what I'm saying? And for folks that know, Stephen A. responded back to it after the fact, And we're going to play that. We're going to probably play Stephen A. Smith's response to it after the fact. And LeBron, he explained why he did what he did. But like I said, we're going to get back to that in a minute. Shout out to Corey Holcomb. Shout out to Corey Holcomb. Corey Holcomb, he talked about the whole Stephen A. and LeBron James fiasco. And he didn't hold back. He didn't hold back at all, man. So we finna check out his thoughts on it. Shout out to the brother Theo Cooper of the Do Better podcast, man. Y'all make sure y'all keep on showing him love and support. Y'all keep subscribing to his channel, man. He do great content for show. We finna go and get into it, man. Let's check out what Corey Holcomb had to say about this shit. Let's get it.
Okay, Corey. Okay.
Let's just jump into it. Anybody got a take on what happened with LeBron and Stephen A. Smith?
Hey, man.
Oh, well, what do you mean? What's the take? I mean, like what happened? Or
No, what is your opinion of what happened? Do you know what happened, D?
Yes, I pretty much do. Yeah.
Okay, give it to us.
I believe that was probably his first time, most likely, seeing Stephen A. since Stephen gave his take on LeBron's son playing in the NBA. Is that correct? Or
I believe that was the first time he ran into him.
And that he couldn't contain himself or keep his, I mean, I would have just gave him the stank eye maybe, but I don't know about all that. But I guess you can't, some people can't.
I don't know. I love LeBron, but I wasn't feeling it.
You wouldn't have did it, right? It was
Because you didn't approach them white reporters like that.
Facts.
And them has been talking big shit for months. It's like,
but with that, it's not it. With that, I agree to disagree with that. I'm like this here, bro. it was more than just Stephen A. talking about Bronny. I can mention Kwame Brown. I can mention other YouTubers, podcasters that I watch, like Carcino for Life, and so many others. And that's just me naming, and that's just naming people off the top of the head. But my thing is, LeBron got all that energy for Stephen A. Smith, but yet that same energy towards Stephen A. Smith, what that energy for the rest of them? Because Stephen A. Smith wasn't the only one talking about your son LeBron. Shit, Shaq spoke about it one time. I know. Who else? Kenny. Of course, Kenny spoke on it. Then of course Chuck spoke on it. So that's what I'm saying. Like, it's so many people that spoke on it, and podcasters who have been annihilating his son, but he chose Stephen A. Smith. But we're going to get back to the video, though.
You know, I'm tired of successful niggas being quick to blackball, confront, try to damage, and, just hurt the careers of black people who sometimes just report how they feel. It's like, regardless of how you feel about Stephen A. Smith, he has the right to have an opinion. And when you do work as a reporter, sometimes it's good to take the opposite opinion just to bring eyes to whatever it is you're trying to do. So, I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of Stephen A. Smith, but he does know how to make you feel emotionally attached to what he says. I think that's his goal in general, is to say, let me make people mad or whatever to bring attention to who I am. So it would have been fair if I seen LeBron run up on white reporters like that, but I'd never seen him do it. And I get it, it's his son, but this is a necessary part of the game. This is what comes with the territory.
I see the point that Craig is making. I don't agree with the part about being a contrarian just for the sake of being a contrarian, just to get views. I understand it. I just don't agree with it. And also see what he's saying about black athletes running up on white reporters who they do the same thing. I believe this is the first time LeBron has ran up or tried to check any reporter. I could be wrong, though.
Stephen A. Smith, let me just say this. He's the boy for his Caucasian bosses. Everything they want to say, they make him say. Everything, like, they couldn't have a white man saying what Stephen A. Smith say. It'll bring too much outrage.
Right.
So they have Stephen A. Smith saying all kinds of god-awful things about his race.
Right.
So Stephen A. Smith, that's his job. It was a whole bunch of people who want that job. They used to have this fat dude on Fox. I don't know why I can't think of his name. He talk like this.
He talking about Jason Whitlock. For folks that don't know, he is speaking on Jason Whitlock. That's exactly who he's talking about. Let's get back to the video.
Windhurst, Brian Windhurst or some shit like that?
No, I can't.
Jason Whitlock.
Can't think his name. I can't believe I can't think his name. He said
Black dude?
I know Corey.
Oh, you talking about I can't, damn.
Just a Campbell Soup kid looking.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, it's like, it's so many people that'll take that job to shit on black people to make their boss happy.
Yeah, that's so.
But LeBron dodged a bullet.
Hey guys, my name is Harris Heller, and I
have no disrespect with the ads. I just don't like them. So we're going to get rid of them real quick. We ain't finna do the ads. We're going to go on fast forward the ads, and we finna go and get back to this video ASAP. So let's get back to it.
See, LeBron, you are extremely famous. Yeah, Jason Whitlock, that's the whole ass nigga name we was talking about. Campbell Soup kid looking up.
Campbell Soup kids are cute, but anyway.
LeBron dodged the bullet, man. See, LeBron was running off emotion right there. And it can happen to anybody. And I ain't gonna even lie, I don't hate LeBron. No. I actually, sometimes he does things that make me go, what the f?
Yeah.
True. Like when he was scared to speak up, they asked him about the dude. Remember the brother who got killed by the cops in New York? And I Can't Breathe. They asked him about his T-shirt. Yeah. And he kind of cowered it out when they was talking to him. He wasn't like he is right now. You get what I'm saying? Because he wants to keep the sponsors and all them happy and be the face of the league. But now that he got enough paper, he'll run up on you because, you know, paper in the bank.
Right.
This ain't me dissing him. This me trying to tell LeBron, you can't lead with emotion even when you see bitch-ass Stephen A. Smith, because Stephen A. Smith is paid to egg on the non-blacks. He can't be the face of ESPN if he's only about black. Then it'll be a black network. Right. He has to say things that make white people be like, great point, Stephen A.
Right.
But LeBron, you dodged the bullet, man. Let me tell you something. Dog, I'm going to court right now with a bitch that egged me on just like that. This bitch followed me, homie. Whenever she saw me, she tried to jump it off, homie. And I'm just a man. I'm just a man. If a bitch yelling at you, you nigga, you should have died on that scooter. You nigga, what the nigga gonna do? You're gonna pop one day because you can only take so much. I'm telling LeBron, I don't give what they say about Bronny. You can't take it personally because Bronny is in the spotlight because of you.
Totally get what Corey said.
Exactly. Which is why LeBron looked like a buster stepping up to Stephen A. And I say that because you stepped to Stephen A. about your son. Guess what? You're going to have to step to a lot of more people. You're going to have to step to a lot of more people. Because again, Stephen A. wasn't the only one that said things about you and your son. Others have as well. You're going to be doing a whole bunch of fighting. Ryan Clark explained that in his Pivot podcast. I may play a clip of that, but we're finna get back to this video. Let's check it out, man.
I see both sides of it. I understand the fact that LeBron is a father. He doesn't want his son criticized. But also at the same time, he has to be aware that it's no secret that his son was drafted by the team that he plays for because that's LeBron James' son. There's literally no elephant in the room. Everyone knows this. But the other side of that would be is that Stephen A. Smith is never talking about a player drafted as low as Bronny was drafted. What draft pick was he? I'll put it on the screen. He's never talking about other players who were drafted around that same time. Low second-round picks, undrafted player. He's not spending time talking about those people, but he's talking about Bronny strictly because he's LeBron James' son. I see both sides of it.
And that's the realest shit. Homie, LeBron, we love Bronny. Even though he trash NBA-wise, we love Bronny. Bronny is your seed. He look like you. We actually root him on, but when we saw he ain't super good, we was like, out of here. You know what I'm saying? But it ain't hate.
I still love.
Homie, if we didn't like you, dog, we'd talk about your teammate, your mama, homie.
Exactly.
I'm just keeping it real. We don't diss LeBron.
And it did come back up.
Exactly. And with that, Delonte West, as y'all know, ever since that situation, Delonte West ain't really been doing too good. I think as far as I know, I think he's still homeless. If I could be wrong. I think people saying he going through some type of mental problems. You know, he's homeless or something. That's what I heard. But yeah. And I could easily be the nigga on the internet and say, you stepped to Stephen A. about your son, but you didn't step to Delonte when what was being said. I ain't gotta say it. If you know the story, you know what you already know what I'm talking about. Like, what did you do? What did you do when you found out old boy was getting it in with your mother? I'm just saying. I know that's supposed to be old news, but it can correlate to this as well. Because people can look at it as, you stepped to Stephen A. Did you step to old boy like that, like you stepped to Stephen A? And that's exactly what they were saying on the internet. Like I said, the internet is completely undefeated. People gonna say what they want to say on here. Ain't nothing it's nothing LeBron can do about it. He gonna have to eat that.
Saying it's like, homie, we even though we disagree with you on things, we love you, LeBron. We don't want to see you slap the shit out of Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. Smith gonna press charges.
Absolutely.
And you gonna be going through whatever about that bitch ass nigga. And I'm saying, like, LeBron, you are the mother that's up front because you've been that mother for a long time. Right. Take it from a nigga who took an L handling his business. A motherfucker like Stephen A. Smith, don't handle your business with that nigga, man. Handle your business with a motherfucker when you gotta handle your business. But I'm bringing this back just to bring it up to LeBron so LeBron can... I don't want to see you lose paper slapping the shit out of a whole ass nigga that ain't gonna even hit you back if you slap him.
What if Stephen A. got a cold squabble? What if he like...
Man, Stephen A. ain't got no cold squabble, man. They showed him on the thing when he was punching the bag. Yeah. I think he was doing a couple of like little dumbbell lifts or something, so he had a little muscle with his arm. Yeah. But if you know anything about fighting, when you saw him in that thing,
you're like,
I
remember when we was out here boxing.
Yeah, make it more free.
Get your ass whooped out here.
Man, them folks ain't shit. Man, hell no, man. Them folks ain't shit, but yeah, man. Yeah, Bron beat the shit out of Stephen A. Smith. On God.
These mother streets. And I'm not saying nobody cake mix, right. But Stephen A. Smith don't want to see LeBron in no fight.
No, LeBron is a behemoth.
LeBron, we root for you, man. Even though we disagree with you sometime about what you do, don't lose parts of your bag.
So did you disagree?
On some emotion. Of course I disagree with it, because I know he was like, when I see that whole ass nigga, I'm going to check him. And when he saw him, this was during a game.
Yeah. You know, I wonder at that level of success, because, you know, I done had some mild success. You done had some great success. You had some success. But at that top level, like the top where he is can a motherfucker that take the level of honesty that we have to deal with daily?
Obviously he can't, but LeBron is going to find out about society when he retires and he tries to kick it and hang out, because I'm not LeBron,
right?
And I can't even kick it. The streets have been taken from me, dog.
Right.
Not because of most people, but there are people who try you because they hustle through the courthouse.
And Corey makes a great point. He's talking specifically that you can't respond all the time because there's a bunch of poor people who would do whatever it takes to take your ass to court, try to get a bag up out of you.
Exactly.
It's just really that simple. But the other thing about Stephen A. with the situation is that Stephen A. has said for years, if you're a player and you have a problem with him, approach him. He ain't going nowhere. He from Alice, Queens and all this nonsense. He always perpetrated like he down for the get down to somebody who wants to respond to him in person.
You never saw me at games. For the better part of the last 25 years, I've been at an average of 120 games a year. You ain't seen me. You didn't see me sitting courtside with your former owner. You didn't see me at a couple of Phoenix games. You didn't see me there. Kobe could vouch for this. D. Wade could vouch for this. CP could vouch for this. Melo, others. There's a lot of people that could vouch for this. All you got to do is come talk to me.
That's it.
I don't have to agree with you. I don't have to. We could cuss each other out. You know, it doesn't matter.
Well, that goes to show you. Let me get back to the video real quick.
I don't know how to make this any clearer. But over your career, you have said people can approach you, come up to you when you courtside. You talked about how Kyrie once approached you and asked you if you got that same energy in person and all that. You talked about how you be sidelined at the games. If niggas really felt some type of way, they could come speak to you. You feel me? Over your career, these are things you said. Well, LeBron took you up on that offer and came up to you on the sidelines. And you did not have any of the energy you're now taking on this podcast tour where you keep talking about this shit. And now you're getting angry, loud, and aggressive on these podcast mics when the man was in your face. Again, I don't mind you talking about getting a new contract and, you feel me, you don't want to handle that situation that way because of this, but then don't in the same breath start, I wasn't talking about you. I don't know that. Like, bro, if you wanted to keep things calm, you could have calmly responded, I was talking about you, Bron, not Bronny.
Indeed, yeah, for sure.
LeBron, don't do it, homie. When somebody out of pocket with you, man, this is the truth. You got to have people for that.
Facts.
When you can afford it, or when you can, you got to have somebody for that.
This is a world when you got a little bit of success. This is a world full of Selena managers. This is a world full of motherfuckers that if they could kill you to become you and consume you and get away with it, you'd be somewhere choked out in the alley struggling for your life. It's everywhere you look, it's somebody looking and studying you, trying to figure out a weakness. You know what I'm saying? And it's a cold world, man. But
Craig, what you just said, I want you to know it's real like that.
Yeah.
Miss Lips told me one day, this was before the incident happened.
Yeah.
Something happened where that bitch was looking at me, and she said it when Miss Lips could hear it. This is what Miss Lips told me. She said that bitch was like, this is a good time to kill that mother.
What EMF does, it starts to...
Yeah, these commercials be getting on my nerves. We're going to fast forward the commercials, and we're going to get back to the video. Y'all know what it is. Support the channel, man.
Wow. Shit. Somebody to be that.
Only reason I say it out loud, because I know Miss Lips ain't going to back down with what she say.
Right.
You don't even know all this shit happening.
Man.
Because motherfuckers see you shining.
Right.
I'm telling you, it's that bad. Darlene, like when people see you with your new glasses on, they be getting mad as hell.
You know what? I can't with this guy. But listen, can I say something real quick about that whole situation? If anything, not saying that I agreed with it, but if anything were to come out of it, it kind of gave people that feel of, oh, he is like us, like relatable, like they can relate to him a little bit more.
Lawrence Johnson say Corey is asking him to suppress his manhood. You have no choice when you got money like that.
Level, I don't think that's suppressing your manhood.
You're just gonna give away money.
But nah, that's not suppressing your manhood.
I don't think so.
If somebody's opinion of you should, I'm saying it should because it's very difficult, but somebody's opinion of you should carry zero weight. So if somebody has anything to say about you or your family and it's not based in truth, it's just based in what they believe to be true and their opinion, in reality it should have zero effect, you know. But
facts, which is why I be tripping off a lot of people on this internet space that get mad at podcasters for saying what it is. You don't have to agree with what a nigga say. You don't even have to agree with what I'm talking about. You can respect what I said and keep it pushing. You can disagree and keep it pushing. But going back and forth, nah. No. You can miss me with the back and forth. I ain't going for none of that back and forth nonsense. Find somebody to talk to. We're finna ready to wrap everything up, man. Let's get back to the video.
But that's a fantasy world to believe it's gonna work.
Look how messed.
I've always said this in regards to celebrities, that a lot of people think that they should be able to talk as much shit to celebrities, athletes, whoever, people who are in the spotlight, just because those people make money and they say you should just take it. That's always just been the craziest thing to me, especially when you know these people wouldn't say that same shit to that person's face. Like Craig said, in the perfect world, you wouldn't let things get to you, but these people are human at the end of the day. Stephen A said that he thought the way that LeBron came up to him was weak. Also, at the same time, he went on First Take on his own podcast, Gilbert Arenas' podcast.
What do you make of LeBron confronting you in the aftermath of that situation?
I thought it was weak. I thought it was some bullshit. But in the moment, I knew that I was listening to a father.
And Sean Hannity on Fox News to talk about the incident. So he's milking it for all it's worth. Again, I see both sides of it. Bronny's in the league because of you. He's going to get criticized. He's going to get criticized, honestly, because of you, because he's not an NBA caliber player.
Facts.
With that being said, Stephen A. Smith, he's constantly talking about second round, late picks. Hell no, he's not. He's only talking about Bronny when he addresses Bronny because it's LeBron James' child. Is it necessarily fair? No, but that's kind of one of those things that life ain't fair.
Facts. Facts. Shout out to the brother Theo Cooper for the video, man. Much love and appreciate it. I will leave the links down in the bottom of the description below, man. before we get about this mud, man, let me go and say this. This is how I feel about the whole situation. On one side, I feel like in LeBron's mind, he may feel vindicated of what he did. Because as a father, he did what he did for his son. That's fine. On the other end, Stephen A. Smith may look like a buster because even though he said earlier in years that, you know, all you got to do is come to him, confront him, LeBron came to him, he ain't had nothing to say. And he double backs and want to talk ish all on different podcasts, including his own. So I see it like this here, man. I see it just like this. If I'm LeBron, if I'm not going to step to no one else outside of Stephen A. Smith, F what people say, call it a day. But understand that people going to still talk about your son because of you. You the reason your son in the league. Not because he was a good player and he worked his ass off. No. And again, ain't nothing wrong with that. But at the end of the day, you got to realize that. And Stephen A. Smith, you can't throw rocks and hide your hand, my nigga. And that go for anyone else. Like I said, at the end of the day, it really don't matter who you think was right or wrong. The only thing that matters is, did it matter to you when you did what you did? And that's all we can learn from this situation. So yeah, man, that's the video. Shout out to the brother Theo Cooper of the Do Better podcast and Corey Holcomb of the 151 podcast for sure. I will leave the links down in the bottom of the description below so y'all can check them out. Also, we have made it to 95,000 views on the channel, man. Much love and appreciation, man. Salute to that. If y'all like this content, man, make sure y'all like and subscribe to the Deep Thought, man. Make sure y'all do that, man. And I will see y'all in the next video. Peace and one love.